In Jerusalem, the people were getting ready for the feast of the Passover, a big celebration when the Israelites remembered how long, long ago they had escaped from slavery in Egypt, a great moment in their history. People were coming from far and wide to the city to celebrate. And Jesus was coming to Jerusalem for Passover too. And look, he's riding on a little donkey. There was an enormous crowd lining the road. Lots had come for the feasting and celebrating, but also there were all the people who had seen Jesus bring Lazarus back to life a little while before. Some people were asking, "So, who is this Jesus then?" "Well, he's the one who brought Lazarus back to life, and he's going to save us too. Hooray! Praise him! Praise him!" Some people were so happy to see him, they took off their cloaks and laid them down in the road before him. They broke branches off the trees and waved them about. "Blessed is the King of Israel," they shouted. But not everyone was so happy. The Pharisees and the chief priests were worried. "This won't do at all," they said. "More and more people are following Jesus instead of obeying us." So they went to the Romans, who ruled Jerusalem at that time, and told them that Jesus should be arrested and killed for going around claiming to be the new king. Over the next few days, Jesus and his friends began celebrating Passover, eating and praying together. Then they went to a garden where they often met together, a safe and quiet place. But one of the disciples, Judas Iscariot, went to the Pharisees and told them where Jesus was in exchange for some gold coins. So the Pharisees came with some soldiers and arrested Jesus. This happened on a Thursday, the day before the big Friday Passover feast. They took Jesus to the Roman rulers, asking them to punish him. But the Romans said, "Well, he's not broken the law or done anything wrong, really." "Yes, he has," shouted the Pharisees. "He's saying he's the Son of God. We can't have that. He's a dangerous liar." So, because the Romans didn't really want a riot to break out, they ordered that Jesus was to be killed. They nailed him to a wooden cross. It was horrible. Usually only wicked terrorists, criminals, or slaves who'd run away and been recaptured were killed in that way. It was very, very cruel. And at midday, there was a great storm, and the earth shook, and by the evening, Jesus was dead, really dead. One of Jesus' secret followers got permission to take Jesus' body away, to bury him in a cave in a garden he knew. Once he'd put Jesus inside, he got help to roll a huge, heavy stone across the cave entrance. The Pharisees still weren't happy, though. They said to the Romans, "You remember what that liar Jesus always said? That he'd rise from the dead after 3 days? Well, you know what his friends were going to try and do? They'll steal his body, and then they'll go around crying, 'He's risen, he's alive, Jesus is alive.'" "Okay," said the Romans, "we'll put soldiers on guard outside the cave." Night fell. The soldiers stayed on guard, and through the next day and the next night too. But on the Sunday morning at dawn, there was an almighty earthquake. The stone rolled away, and the soldiers saw a figure surrounded by a bright light, like a sort of angel, on the stone. They were so scared, they all ran away as fast as they could. At around about the same time, it was still early in the morning, 2 of Jesus' friends were on their way to the cave. They didn't know anything about the stone or the angel appearing. They were bringing oils and perfume to put on Jesus' body, but they were wondering how they'd get into the cave. "We'll need some strong men to help roll that gigantic stone away," they said. But when they reached the cave, they found that the stone was no longer blocking the entrance. So they crept in, they looked left, they looked right, but the cave was completely empty. Not quite empty. There behind them was an angel smiling at them. "What are you doing here, ladies?" the angel asked. We've come to put perfume on Jesus. Well, as you can see, he's not here. He's alive again. Alive? Yes, just as he told you. Yes, Jesus is alive. The women ran to the house where the disciples were staying and banged on the door. Wake up, wake up. Jesus is alive. An angel told us. But the disciples were all sitting around, still feeling sad. One of them even said, "These women have gone mad. They're talking nonsense." You see, the disciples still didn't believe it. Even though Jesus had told them, they just didn't believe it was possible. Except perhaps Peter and John, who decided to go and see for themselves. Sure enough, they found the cave empty. Another woman had gone there too, Mary Magdalene. She hadn't seen the angel, just the empty cave, and now was sitting outside crying, thinking Jesus' body had been stolen. Then she heard a noise behind her. She turned round and saw a man. This must be the gardener, she thought. "Where's Jesus' body? What have you done with him?" she sobbed. The man just smiled and said, "Mary." And at that instant, Mary realized it was Jesus. "Jesus, you are alive," she cried. Yes, he was alive, and that's the true Easter story. And Jesus is still alive today too.